All right, what's up, everybody? I want to jump in and say hi to everybody and let you guys know what I've been up to since I retired from gaming. Now, more than 6 months ago, maybe more than 6 months ago. And I didn't think I was going to retire, but I did retire. I got to the point now where I've tried to play games a few times since, and I'm just repulsed by them. I'm repulsed. It gives me the creeps when I play games because I I suddenly am so aware of the time waste and a feeling like I'm a monkey dancing to some organ grinder's jig, and the game author is the organ grinder. And I feel like that is a great analogy. That's a great analogy because when you play somebody's game, you are playing a construct right out of their mind. You are playing a construct from their mind. You are dancing to their jig because it's all artificial. And when you are dancing to the organ grinder, you think you are winning and you feel like you're winning and you get that dopamine rush. You think you're winning. But once you realize that you're dancing to the organ grinder's jig, suddenly the dopamine rush goes away and you're left with like the opposite dopamine vacuum. I don't know. Whatever. The opposite of a dopamine rush. It's horror. It's personal horror at wasting time. And I'm not judging you guys I'm not judging anybody for playing games. 50 years plus of playing games, in my book, I am in no place to judge anybody. But I want to tell you what it's like on the other side. On the other side, I suddenly see why your parents were also annoyed at how much video games you played, because they could see what you could not. Though you thought you were winning, they all knew you were losing. And hey, not all video gamers lose, but unless you have a fantastic, shimmering personality, riveting personality, you are never going to make it as a YouTube star or a Twitch star. And those personalities are not granted willy-nilly to the population. There's a reason that the cream rises to the top. And it's because, they've got something you don't. And that is talent, charisma, skill. And if you don't have that, like I don't have that, I'm wasting my time streaming gaming. So then why do we play games? Well, for that rush. But why do we get that rush? Because we think we're winning. But once you figure out, once you step through the looking glass, as it were, and you see, you're not winning. You're not winning. You're not winning anything. You're playing somebody's game. And it's all made up. It's all just bullshit. Then games become repulsive. And really, I really felt that way. I tried playing maybe a couple of phone games, okay? And I tried playing a little bit of Satisfactory again. And you know what happened to me? I was just, repelled. I was repelled by it. It was a feeling like I could not be doing a worse thing in my life at this moment than this. Anything else I chose, that's not committing a crime, obviously. Not raping prostitutes or something. That would be worse. But almost anything else I chose would be better than the time I'm devoting to this. Is that true? Is that really true? Okay, I'm gonna draw one exception. I'm gonna draw one exception. What if you're playing games with your grandson and you guys are having a really good time together and bonding? What about that? Isn't that that's the opposite of wasting time, isn't it? And we all remember that our parents did try to play video games with us when we were younger. And they all gave it a shot. Of course, they were terrible at it. They sucked ass. But they tried to support us and bond with us. And they tried to that wasn't wasting time, was it? That wasn't wasting time. So, enough about games. I just got back from the Las Vegas house. This actually, I'm really regretting I did not do this video at the Las Vegas house. I should have done this video at the Las Vegas house. The Las Vegas house is magnificent, and I love Las Vegas. I want to live there. I want to stay there, but my wife won't let me. And there are logistical issues with Leo, the grandchild. There are logistical issues. We have to pick him up from school. We have to drop him off from school. So we have to live. If we go to Las Vegas, only one of us can go. The other one has to stay back and do the school shuttle thing, and that's okay. I just spent a month away from Monique, and I FaceTimed her every night, and it's the longest I've ever been away from Monique in my life. And it was all right. It was all right. I was alone in the house all the time, except on a few weekends where my relatives came over. And I was living like a hermit. I was living alone in a beautiful Tuscany-styled house with large format tile all through the house. Tiny house, but really well done inside. Swimming pool, hot tub, and I loved it. I loved living alone. I love being alone. I must be a hermit. This is why I'm a YouTuber. This is probably why I started a YouTube channel, because when I'm doing my YouTube stream, I'm really alone. Yeah, there might be people talking or chatting or whatever. Not on my streams. Very few people. But I'm really by myself. I'm being a hermit. And I think maybe I hate people. Sorry. But I think I might hate people. I like being around people, though. I like talking to people. But I love being alone. I do. I did. You know, I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Silent Running. All right, Silent Running. Think of the movie Silent Running. If you don't know the movie Silent Running, stop the video, go watch it, come back. Wasn't that good? That was a good movie, huh? So, Silent Running. We got the guy. He's out on the space botanical gardens. He's out on a space platform, out in space, all alone. Only people to keep him company are droids. Little robots, cute little robots walking around with little feet. By the way, Silent Running was where George Lucas came up with the term droid. And it was used in Silent Running. So there we are in Silent Running. And the guy was perfectly happy to tend the garden, interact with his droids, call them his pets, and be alone. And for me, the Las Vegas house in October was like being on a space platform by myself, alone. Nobody to keep me company, not even droids, no pets. And I loved it. I did. I loved walking around an empty house at night and knowing that it's just me in the house. And I loved like jumping into the pool randomly and then going in the hot tub, just sitting in the hot tub, turning on Led Zeppelin on a speaker near the hot tub and just listening to music. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then Monique came for a weekend and we didn't get along. We did not get along. It went really, really bad. And um, it was, you know, we were just annoying each other. And our heads were both in the wrong place for the whole weekend. Until Halloween. And then everything got good again. So we had a fabulous time at Halloween, me and Monique and my family, and a few crazy members of my family from Arizona. But then I had to come back. I had to come back to California after Halloween. And I'm back with Monique, obviously, in the house, and things have gone really well. Oh my gosh. Monique and I have been joined at the hip again. Everything's back to normal. So romantic together. And, all the time I've wasted, being apart from her and flirting with other women and crap like that, it's all gone away. And it feels good again. It feels good. We've had a really good past few days, week here. So, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't want to be here anymore. I want to be in Vegas. I want to live in Vegas. This house is nice. The grounds is nice. It's a big ranch and super nice. California is beautiful. It's better than Vegas. All right, California is more beautiful than Vegas. Unless you really love desert mountains, which I do. And parts of Vegas are as beautiful as California. Make no mistake. I don't live in that part. I live in kind of a, medium part of Vegas. It's a very nice neighborhood, very quiet, no crime, but it's not, ultra beautiful HOA level neighborhood. But that doesn't matter because you get in your car and drive and you are wherever you want to be in Vegas. It's a city of 2 million people and got to be 20,000 restaurants and 10,000 other things to do at all times of night. You walk around in Vegas, you walk to these, picture a storefront strip mall somewhere in your town. All right, we're gonna go to a storefront strip mall somewhere in your town. Maybe there's a Thai restaurant in it. Maybe there's a McDonald's. Maybe there's a clothing store. You walk around a storefront restaurant like that in Vegas, and you're gonna see something remarkable. You're gonna see something like open from 3 p.m. till 5 a.m. Open 24 hours is very common. The amount of stuff you can do at all hours of the night in Vegas is just incredible. It's just unbelievable. I can't say enough about it. It's pretty funny. I know that novelty is going to wear off. Who needs to go out at midnight every night? Who needs to go out, at 5 a.m.? Who needs to go have Thai food at 5 a.m.? Nobody. I mean, but, it does make you feel like you were in a city that never sleeps, and it's very different from what I've grown accustomed to. And it makes the Bay Area look really boring. I mean, you spend some time in Vegas and you come back to the Bay Area and it seems like you've traveled back in time to the old days, 1800s. We go to the same 3 restaurants over and over again. and it it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. It really doesn't. I'm biased because I like the desert. I like the high desert, and Vegas is the highest of high deserts, right? It's high desert, and I think it's 2,000 feet elevation, and it's surrounded. A lot of people don't know this, but it's surrounded by beautiful mountains. When you're walking down the tacky Las Vegas Strip, you're looking at these big hotels and the fountains and the giant towers and crap like that. It's all blocking your view of the mountains. The mountains around Vegas are stunning. They are stunning. And I want to climb every one. But where was I going with that? Pulling a Biden. But all of that novelty does wear off after a while, and you're left with what kind of place is it to live? Well, are you really going to be happy there? Is it going to make you happy like the Bay Area has made you happy, right? For me, that's an open question. One of the real arguments against is I went in October, the very best month of the year for weather in Vegas, and it doesn't get any better. It was like paradise. All of the 100-degree weather was gone. And so, I got a very, very skewed impression of Las Vegas, being there for the month of October. So I got to go back in the shitty months and see if I still like it. Probably not really interested in going back in the wintry months, really. It sometimes even snows in Vegas. It gets cold there. Sometimes it even snows. And I'm not sure I want to deal with that. Don't know. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But what I do know is if I move down there permanently, I'd never look back. I would never come back. I'm pretty sure I would never come back. Yes, it's got its ups and downs, but I could see myself retiring there. I could see myself working there if I could find a job. So that's what I've been up to. Still doing the Russian thing. 6 months almost. I'm 7 days away from 6 months of Russian, and still can't speak it. Я еще не говорит это. I still can't speak it. But I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Give me more time. I'm not in a hurry, first of all. I'm not in a hurry to get workable in Russian. I'm not looking to have no accent. I want to have a very strong American accent. If I'm a Russian guy and I come to America, I want to have that Russian accent. I want to sound like Chekhov. Captain, Captain, the phasers are doing nothing. I don't know, man. I have a terrible Russian accent, by the way. But now at least I understand where the Russian accent comes from, because I'm understanding more about how they form their words, their sounds, their speech. And I still want to go to Russia. I do. I don't know if that's going to happen next year or not, but we will try to make it happen. Monique and I will go. We will try to make it there. It's just really bad politics right now between the two countries, and it makes travel hard. So if we fail to go to Russia next year, it won't be because we didn't want to. It'll be because we couldn't. What are you going to do? Fucking politicians, it never changes. It's bullshit. So I think this is totally sustainable. I think this is totally sustainable. The thing is, the prices to travel between the Bay Area and Las Vegas are so low on the planes that there's no reason not to go. There's no reason there's no reason not to go for a weekend. I can get a round trip for $30 at times. I can get a round trip for $50 almost all the time. $50. You cannot drive a car to Las Vegas for $50. It's 560 miles. And ain't no car that's going to get you to Las Vegas for $50, right? So not even the highest mileage cars. And as you're driving your car to Las Vegas for 8 hours, you're putting wear and tear on your car, costing you even more than $50. I mean, that wear and tear adds up. So it's silly. It's absolutely silly not to fly to and from Vegas from the Bay Area on a whim. I joined the club. All right, I subscribed, so I get a 15 to 20% discount off these ridiculous tickets already. So, I'm really glad about the house. I'm really glad about the house in Vegas. So that's it. I don't want to talk about my jobs too much. All right, but that's going well. Okay, that's going well. And my son, the same week I bought a house in Las Vegas, my son dropped his anchor in Oakland, California, right in the Bay Area. He bought a house. And his house is already up 100 fucking grand, if you can believe that. So if you are able to buy your house in the Bay Area, you will basically live for free. You'll get paid to live here. He's making about $5,000 a month in equity living in his house in Oakland, and he pays $3,000 for mortgage. Okay? So do the math. I know you guys can do the math. You're gamers. Do the math. So, what do you guys find yourselves up to? What do you find yourselves doing these days? What do you do in a post-Blizzard world? And hey, by the way, I do have to send out some thanks to Blizzard and their absolutely... What is this? What is this? I have food on my shirt. Blizzard and their absolute terrible handling of Shadowlands that drove me away from video games once and for all, and made me realize I was dancing to the Monkey Grinders song. And Anima. So Anima did it. Anima finally, after 50 years, did me in. I'm gone. And thanks, Blizzard. Thanks for finally waking me the fuck up and making me realize I was a sucker. I never really believed I was a sucker. I thought you were the sucker. But I wasn't the sucker, but I was the sucker. So, no longer a sucker. My troubles, I waste my time in other pursuits. Do I waste any time anymore? I don't think I have wasted much time in my life. Not even the merest fraction of the time that I used to waste. I'm so productive now. It's fucking unbelievable. I'm like a different person. I wonder where I would be today if I quit video games at 21. I really do. I wonder where I'd be today if I quit video games at 21. I probably would be a CEO. I'm not joking. I would probably be a CEO. I think video games held me back to that extent in my life. I think they held me back to that extent. That's not a fun thought. That is definitely not a fun thought, my friends. So think it through, bro. Think it through. But who knows, man? More money, more problems. Um, maybe video games kept me out of trouble for most of my life. You know, because you don't get laid playing video games. And you know, I don't know, man. So what's next for me? Well, I'm gonna keep working for about 5 more years, and then I'm really gonna try to cash my chips in and retire at 60. And I really want that to happen. I really do want that to happen. I don't relish the thought of working in high tech. Actually, I want to retire now. If the truth be told, I would be perfectly happy to retire now if I could simply, make money, day trading, stock market, whatever. I wouldn't mind doing that, guys. I really wouldn't mind doing that because high tech, it's just so soulless. And you feel like you're working for nothing. You feel like you're wasting your time. But you're not wasting your time in that case because you're getting lots of money. So, but it takes me back to the white wall puzzle, the white wall paradox. And that is, how much would somebody have to pay you to sit in front of a white wall and stare at it for 8 hours a day? Couldn't read, couldn't do anything, couldn't sleep. You have to stare at a white wall for 8 hours a day. Number one, how long would you do it? And number two, how much would it take? How much money would it take for you to do the white wall experiment? Wouldn't that shock yourself if you said, I would do that for 20 years for 500,000 a year? I bet you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't. I bet you would quit after 2 years. At the most, the very most. After 2 years, you'd be like, fuck this shit. Money's not important. I got my million. Done. Would you do it for a lot less? Some of you would. I mean, those of you who are laboring away in a developing nation for, $50 a month, it's all relative, you know? For me, the white wall experiment, would I do it? I don't even know if I do it now. I really don't. If I sold my houses and paid off paid off all my mortgages, if I sold one house and paid off all my mortgages and had money in the bank, I could retire right now. Why would I sit in front of a white wall when I could be climbing mountains? Why would I sit in front of a white wall when I could be refinishing my deck or hanging paintings in my house or reading about God or history, learning more languages, actually beginning to speak in another language. The miracle of speech, the miracle of that moment when you really do speak another language. That's my ultimate dopamine rush that I want right now. And I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I picked a hard fucking language, man. Picked a hard fucking language. But I'm not going to let it stop me. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to speak that language. still got a long way to go, though. I feel like I still got a long way to go. And it's daunting. It's definitely daunting. Man, I thought I was going to go somewhere with that silent running thing. I just didn't make anything out of that. Silent running thing. I was There was such a good analogy there and I just missed it. I didn't grasp it. That's a shame. Anyway, tell me in the comments why video games aren't a waste of time for you, and what video games you're playing now, what entertains you, and why it gives you a rush. Tell me why the video game you're playing now gives you a rush, and explain to me how. And don't get defensive about it, but explain to me how you do not see that you're dancing monkey for the organ grinder. Because I want to, I can still see the other side, bro. I can relate to the kids. And yeah, let me know. Let me know. Somebody asked if I'm going back on my Discord, my multi-boxing Discord. Probably not. Probably not. I probably won't be back. So, Valatorin, if you're watching this, you are the sole proprietor of 5-Minute Multi-Boxing Discord. And yeah, it is unlikely I will be back. Maybe I'll start a new Discord about mountain climbing. I keep saying mountain climbing, and I've never climbed a single mountain. But, you get those stupid ideas when you get close to retirement. You're like, oh, yeah, I want to sit on a beach and sip margaritas all day long. Fucking A. How are you going to do that? Who would do that? That would be fun for about 3 hours, but that's not a plan. That's just an afternoon. When you retire, you better have something in mind, man, or you're just gonna die, like all the old people who retire. These guys who work till they're 76 and then they retire, and like at 77 they're dead. They go from having a purpose to having no purpose, then dead. I prefer not to do that. Thank you very much. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have a purpose. And I do have a purpose. I just don't know what it is. My purpose is to be alone all the time. 100% of the time. Maybe I'll quit drinking. That would be something good. I drink way too much. Still. Maybe I'll quit drinking. I don't know. I'm a high-functioning alcoholic. I like functioning high. I don't think that's what that expression means. Now that I mention it, high-functioning alcoholic, I don't think that means they function when they're high. But now that I think about it, that's very appropriate. It's like I function when I'm high. I'm a high-functioning alcoholic. But yeah, I don't like being high. I mean, I like being buzzed, but I don't do marijuana or CBD or anything like that, just because I just don't even like that kind of high at all. At all. In fact, I dislike it. So, alcohol is still my miracle drug, and I'm gonna work it till the end. I think. I don't think I'll ever quit. And I'm not encouraging you people to overdrink. I don't overdrink. All right, before you get any strange ideas, never have a headache in the morning. All right, never have a headache in the morning. Never have a blackout. Nothing close. Never fall down. Never drive drunk. One of the great things about Las Vegas is you don't need to drive. You just get an Uber. You get an Uber or a Lyft to go wherever you need to go, and you're never in danger of getting a DUI because you're always Ubering. So, about the worst that's going to happen is you're going to lose your wallet and ID because you're so fucking fall down drunk, which I don't get. I do not get fall down drunk. I get very inappropriate drunk. That is, I start saying terribly inappropriate things. But as many of you have seen in the past on my videos, don't look for them. And yeah. Oh, did I mention in my last video? Did I mention I finally got paid by YouTube? That's right, I did. I finally got paid. 5 years of work. 5 years of work have been waiting. 1 million views. Probably not 1 million views. Maybe 1 million views. I might have gotten close to 1 million total. Probably 500,000. Anyway, 5 years of work streaming on YouTube and making videos, hundreds of videos, thousands of hours. How much did they pay me? What's your guess? If you said $272, you were right. $272. That's the final number. It hasn't gone up in like 3 months. So I'm getting no views anymore. I've completely disappeared. And that's okay. I mean, whatever. I have nothing to say. I love streaming and making content when I had a passion for something. I had a passion for multiboxing. And I love streaming and making content at that time because of my passion. I don't really have a passion for much anymore. Maybe I'm going to be that guy who dies as soon as he retires. I'm going to be like on my 60th birthday. Finally, fucking quit. Oh, man, I don't feel so good. I don't feel so good. My dad died at 63. So, if I don't outlive him, I think I lose. I have to win the game of life, I at least have to outlive my dad and die before I lose my mind. I think that's the key to victory. Outlive, but die before you lose your mind. And maybe they cure Alzheimer's by the time I start getting it. It runs in my family. And yeah, I think that's the definition of victory. People be like, Todd, that's not the definition of victory. What did you do in other people's lives? How did you help people? What did you do for your family? How did you treat your kids? Already lost all those games, man. Don't even go there. That's not where I'm going to win. I lost. I lost those games a long time ago. I grew my hair out. Did you notice? I really love it. I'm so vain. I just love my hair every single day. I just like play with it. And last night, when I was getting cuddly with Monique, I did something I hadn't done before. I told Monique, I would really like it if you would run your fingers through my hair like you really liked it. Because she hates it. But you know what? She doesn't hate it anymore. She warmed up to it. She really did. You know, I've been a clean-cut guy for most of my life, and certainly 90% of my YouTube career. I buzz cut the sides of my head, and I never had long hair. But I'm Vegas guy now, and Vegas guy has long hair and gold chains. I'm gonna need some gold chains. Can you guys like send me some gold chains? And I like who I'm becoming. I'm still not acting my age. I'm still very immature as far as that goes because of my vanity. I'm looking at myself on my monitor right now. I'm just like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. so lucky. All right, I was just pretending there, but still, I do feel lucky. I do feel lucky to have, my uncle's hair. And I think my father also had hair till the end. My uncle my uncle's in a nursing home right now, and he still has really fabulous hair. And thank you, Uncle. I bet you I got it from you. He's even handsomer than me. He's like a model. He's like Burt Reynolds. He's like super incredible handsome. But, and the Alzheimer's caught up with him, man. It's fucking sad. It is sad. So we got to cure this thing before Todd gets it. Do it for Todd. Do it for Todd. Stop the Alzheimer's from getting me. And let me be the most attractive, shriveled up old guy in history. And have my mind with me. That would be very cool. That'd be very cool. One of the things I found out, I didn't actually start learning a language for this, but one of the things I did find out, because Duolingo made me find it out. They really are selling themselves, but they did research. They funded research about cognitive ability and learning languages late in life. Late in life, okay? This was old people like me. And it was very clear that either learning a language, just learning, not even knowing, just learning a language, or doing these brain games had a marked effect on cognitive ability over the control group who wasn't doing jack shit. And I believe it. I believe I've gotten smarter at work. I'm not joking. I believe my problem-solving ability, I believe my coding ability has gotten better since I've been learning another language. So don't wait. Don't wait, man. Do it now. You say you're going to do it. Do it now. You probably didn't say you were going to do it, but you still should do it now. Do I have any more booze? I never drink wine. I'm desperate. This is the only booze in the house, so there you go. I drank a little wine. Probably good for me. All right, what else do I got to say? Man, I've been talking 42 minutes. You poor guys. If you've stuck in this long, man, you guys are loyal. Ask me questions on YouTube. I did answer the one question that I got earlier, and that is, am I going back to Discord? And if you have any other questions to ask me, there will be more storytelling. I'm going to tell more stories of my life, and they may be unvarnished truth. They may be painful to watch, but I think I am going to go through some more stories of my life just to have them out there, even if nobody watches them. But you know what? You guys are really, really good to me, and you watch my videos, and you give me more views a lot of the time than YouTubers that I respect and love and adore. They'll throw their videos out there and they'll get fewer hits. They'll get fewer views than you guys give me. And I am just so overwhelmed with the support from all of you. I really am. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I am overwhelmed. But forget that sappy, sweet shit. Come with me in Vegas. Call me. Hit me up on WhatsApp. All right. If you know my name, I ain't giving it to you. But if you know my name, hit me up. And we'll do something in Vegas for sure. For sure. That's not an empty promise. Unless you're like some fucking crazy guy. I will interview you first. I'll be like, hey, what's your favorite type of porn? And if you say like, oh, I really like, guys crapping in girls' mouths, we're not going out. We're not going out. That would be a red flag, and I will flag you. So you will be deleted from my WhatsApp list. You'll be blocked. Ooh, I can block people. So hit me up on WhatsApp if you know my name. If you don't know my name, ask somebody, because I ain't giving it. And say hi when I'm in Vegas. I'm going to be in Vegas again December 4th. And I don't know how long I'm going to be there. Probably a long time. Monique doesn't know it, but I'm probably not coming back. I'm probably not coming back at that point. That'll probably be my last trip to Vegas. I'll probably just stay after that. I don't know. It's all too soon. It's all too early to say. So, all right, guys. Kind of a nothing stream, but let me think about the stories I want to tell, and I'll put a script together that is cogent and good, and we'll tell you some very interesting stories of my life.